Super Mario Maker is an incredible game. It is a game about creating levels, it is a game about creativity, it is a game about games, a game about creating the most brutal platforming challenges ever made, and a game about playing levels. It is an incredible piece of software. And half of the game is fundamentally broken at the same time. So what do I mean by that? Mario Maker is a game that consists of two major parts, a creating part where people create levels in the editor and a playing part where people play exactly these levels online. The creating part is great, like really great. It is incredible what is possible in the editor. I've put thousands of hours into this game and I still constantly learn new things that are possible. And not only are there almost infinite awesome and different things possible, but all of them can be tried out without any complicated mechanisms and within seconds. The creation mode may be the best thing Nintendo ever built. But there is a second part of Mario Maker, the playing part, and this part, sadly, is fundamentally broken. In this video we're going to discuss why I believe the play mode is broken, why this really needs to be fixed, and how to solve this problem of user-generated content in general. So are you ready? Let's do this! First of all, these two components of Mario Maker, creating and playing, exist almost in complete isolation from each other. Playing 100 Mario challenges unlocks mystery costumes for the editor. And that's it. There is nothing else in a Wii U game that links these two things together. In theory, this is great. Some people might really enjoy creating levels but aren't really into playing them, while others really like playing but not creating. No one is forced to play the game in a way they don't enjoy. It's a good idea to split a game about creating levels and playing created levels into two parts. But sadly, the way Nintendo handles this in Super Mario Maker doesn't work, for a couple of reasons. The main one being creating levels is so much more fun than playing them, and this is not because a lot of levels are bad. That's because the way the game lets you play levels isn't done in a very clever way, for several reasons. 100 Mario Challenge is the main way to play user-generated levels. The other in-game features are the recommendation site with a couple of filters and the direct search. I mainly want to talk about the 100 Mario Challenge for this video, because this mode is the only game mode where a player doesn't choose the level he wants to play directly. Another way to play levels is basically by searching for specific stages yourself. That's fine. The problem is that the 100 Mario Challenge is the only way to play random user-generated levels. So what's the problem with that? First, since 100 Mario Challenge is the only play mode, it needs to do several things at once. It needs to be a challenge mode and an exploration mode at the same time. The best way to find a fun, random Mario Maker stage is to open up a 100 Mario Maker Challenge and to swipe levels away until you find one that you like. That's fun and a great way to waste a little bit of time and to find some fun levels. I like that this is possible. What I don't like is that this is possible in a 100 Mario Challenge, because it kills the challenge. Every stage can be skipped, and this is not good. If you get a level in a 100 Mario Challenge, you always have to ask yourself if you want to beat the stage or if you don't want to beat it. Combine this with the fact that there are a lot of bad levels out there, and suddenly the 100 Mario Challenge isn't a challenge about beating levels, but a challenge about finding 16 stages you actually want to beat. The problem is, some levels appear bad, or maybe are even made without a lot of thought going into them, but are still fun to beat. Take this stage. It is some random level. There is no decoration. There are a couple of Cheeps jumping around, bloopers swimming in the air, and there are Koopas. Definitely not the most exciting level to get in a 100 Mario Challenge, and a stage that many people probably would skip if they die once or twice here. But this level is not a bad level. The stage layout here is an exact copy of a stage in Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels. While I don't think The Lost Levels is the best Mario game Nintendo ever made, I still think it's a great game, and while difficult, it is still a lot of fun to beat. This is a Mario Maker level which Nintendo designed. Kind of. But still a lot of people would skip the stage. And this is my main criticism with 100 Mario Challenge. Mario levels often are only fun if you have to beat them in order to make progress. The fun in Mario games comes from overcoming a challenge and from getting to know a stage, which is often only possible if you die a couple of times until you understand the stage. But there is no game mode in Mario Maker that encourages you to beat exactly the stage you're confronted with in order to make progress. Because of this, there is no real game mode in the game that actually actually rewards beating levels in Mario Maker. Take any stage you want, you'll always find the same. Most players who enter a stage won't beat it, and the harder the level, the crazier this gap becomes. In a stage with a clear rate of about 20%, usually only half of the players make it to the end of a stage. For a stage with a clear rate of about 5%, most of the players skip it. Most levels get skipped, and this is partly because it is so ridiculously easy to skip a stage in every single game mode. The thing is, I like the 100 Mario challenge. I like skipping from level to level and just to take a look at a lot of different stages. That's cool, that's something that should definitely be in the game, but the game really needs a way to play levels without a skip option, additionally to what is currently here. Okay, so that was the smaller problem of the play part. Let's head on to the bigger one. The real problem with the play part of Mario Maker is that there is no incentive to play. The only thing that you get for beating 100 Mario challenges are mystery mushrooms. That's it. There is no reason to play or finish 100 Mario challenges beyond that. And there is a second problem. Each and every stage only works in complete isolation. For example, there is no reason to pick up coins in a stage. There is no reason to take 1-ups once you found 3 in a stage. There is no reason to look for hidden rewards, because if you find them, you can't get anything that does anything outside of this exact level. Everything you do in a stage happens in complete isolation from the meta Mario Maker. Imagine you play a Mario game where you could skip every level whenever you want, where coins don't count anything, where it doesn't matter if you end the level as a big Mario or with a fire flower, where your lives don't count, where secret areas do nothing, and exploration is in general not incentivized. You'd play a Mario game where you mainly have to ask yourself if you want to beat this level because it looks a little bit hard, or this one because maybe it's unfair, and if it wouldn't be better to play the next level and just not to finish this one. That would be a pretty bad Mario game, but this is what a 100 Mario challenge looks like. So here's the thing, I don't think this has to be like this. I honestly do believe that the playing part in Mario Maker can be designed so that people actually get the experience of playing a Mario game. Okay, so before we talk about how these problems can be solved, we quickly need to talk about something else. The problem that way more people mainly create levels and only rarely play them. That's a huge problem, because designing a stage might be fun, but the real magic isn't building a level, but having people play it, getting stars, finding a comment by someone who really enjoyed the stage, seeing that people died over and over again while they overcame your boss fight. It's magical. At some point, Mario Maker is no longer playing a game, but doing something real. Like the levels you designed become something other people actually enjoy and decide to use their spare time on in order to beat it. That's such a cool thing, and something only games that revolve around user-generated content can give you. And that is something that is lacking in Mario Maker as well, especially now that the comments are gone. But it was lacking before as well, because to be honest, almost no one plays your levels if you don't have a following outside of Mario Maker. That's a huge problem, because Mario Maker isn't Unity or Game Maker or the Unreal Engine. Mario Maker is no level editor or game creation tool. Mario Maker is a game, or at least it is supposed to be. It's a game about making games, but it is still a game, and for Mario Maker to work as a game, the creation and the play part need to be balanced. There need to be more people actually playing levels, because the most important part when creating levels is it that other people interact with them. But if we want to get people to interact with our levels, we need to make the play part way more attractive, and we probably need to get the play and the create part out of their own isolation. There needs to be an incentive to play levels for people who prefer to create, and there needs to be a way to tie all single levels into a bigger cohesive experience. So here are a couple of ideas how to do this. First, we need some sort of progression system for creating levels that is tied to playing levels. But we also need to be careful not to force players into playing levels who aren't interested in doing so. A potential solution could be a shop where coins are used as currency. This shop could sell stuff like the mystery mushrooms, more decorative options, like good to have but absolutely not required things for the creation mode. The only reason we need a shop is because we need some form of currency, because we need something of value that we can hand out for playing levels in the way the creator intended it in order to solve all the problems from before. Let's take the coins a player collects in a stage as an example for currency. After clearing a stage, a player could be rewarded with coins. You would have to define some kind of conversion key, because giving out the actual amount of collected coins wouldn't make sense since the amount of coins in every level largely differs. So let's say maybe the game keeps track of the percentage of coins Mario collected while playing the stage and is then rewarding Mario in coins measured relatively to a percentage. Like if Mario collected collected 20 coins in a level with 200 coins in it, he gets 10 coins after beating the stage. If he collected 100 coins, he gets 50. You get the idea. So suddenly we have an incentive to collect coins in every level. But we can now also add star coins into the game and actually incentivize to collect them. Finding all 3 star coins could potentially double the amounts of coins you get at the end of a stage, or add a couple of coins on top, or whatever. The point is, we can suddenly encourage to search for secrets in a level, but we can also create new game modes for playing. There could be an exploration mode where you just skip levels until you find one you like to beat, and beating it would reward you with the coins you collected. But there could also be a challenge game mode where levels are taken based on their clear rate, and every level becomes harder than the one before, but these stages can't be skipped. I don't know, you maybe have 10 lives. The first level has a clear rate above 50%, then a stage with a clear rate between 50 to 40% comes, and so on, until you get levels with a clear rate below 1%. The more levels you're able to beat, the more coins you get once it ends. Maybe something like a high score or arcade mode could be fun as well, and so on. Okay, so having coins and the shop is just a potential solution, and I'm completely aware that such systems need testing and might not end up working in the intended way. No idea if something like this works in reality, but I'm absolutely sure that there needs to be a stronger link between playing and creating, and that doing the one thing needs to have an impact on the other. So games that revolve around user-generated content like Mario Maker are very rare. There is basically Mario Maker, and there once was Little Big Planet before the series sadly committed suicide by completely rushed release. There is Mega Maker, and that's about it. None of these 3 games really found any way to create a balanced gameplay experience for creation games. Like to be more of a game than a level editor or a simple toolkit. Mario Maker, in my opinion, does this best so far, and that's kind of funny because you just watched a video where I explained for 10 minutes how bad Mario Maker is at doing this. There is insane potential here. This is completely unexplored game design territory. We're talking about games where the players actually generate an almost infinite amount of content for other players by playing the game. Before Minecraft came around, the idea that building something in a game could be a great experience was completely non-explored in gaming. Today there are even building systems in Fallout and more Minecraft games evolving around the Minecraft idea than I could play in my life. The point is, if it weren't for Minecraft, the gaming industry wouldn't have realized that creating things in a game can be fun, and I honestly believe that at the moment the idea of players creating content for other players is still a completely blind spot in the industry, just like building things in games was before Minecraft came around. And I think something that hasn't been tried yet is to create a game where you create for others and make progress by playing other people's stages. I really hope that a potential Mario Maker sequel improves on exactly this point, and if they don't, then I hope that an indie game comes around and takes the fame. Thanks for watching this little video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, and maybe you feel especially play problem today and wanted the subscribe button as well. The next couple of videos might take a little bit longer than usual since I currently have a lot of stuff to do, but I hope that you have a wonderful day and to see you soon. Goodbye!